Hey Facebook! Hey, it's Lucinda. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's after 5. I'm headed out to do comedy. I'm headed up to Berrien Springs, Michigan. Gosh, I don't even know the name of the club, but I think it's like the last night that they're doing open mics. So my first night with them is their last night. But they have chicken wings and sides, so I'm gonna go out, man. I did open mic yesterday, and I attempted to tell the story of my mom passing away and me anointing her with my essential oil perfume, because it's the only oil that I had on me at the time, and then being asked to do her final ceremonial prayer when the ashes were being buried. I wasn't prepared for that, and I will say 10 toes down, it was a train wreck. And as I was doing it, I thought, my God, this will make a funny story on stage. And so I tried to do it last night, and it wasn't funny. If I got a laugh, I think it was sympathy pain. But I'm tenacious and stubborn, so I'm going to work on this again. But I just got the best call. Like, literally, I haven't been on the phone in a while, and a lot of people are trying to get a hold of me, and I send love. I'm just in a season right now, but I got the best call that I did answer. I got a call from Daryl PerForMance. Daryl! I have not talked to this man probably in over a year. Yeah, maybe over a year. I may have seen him in a club or two, but it was so fast paced. It wasn't really. So he sent me a text, and he's like, Lucinda, what are you doing? And as I'm saying that out loud, I'm realizing I may have got a YWD text from Daryl. But in all fairness, it was 4 or 5 in the afternoon, so it wasn't 2 a.m. But I answered the WYD. Anyway, I called him right away, and we must have talked for an hour. That man is so good to me, and he means so much in my life. He does. I met Daryl in the thick of COVID. I had just ended my traveling job. I didn't want to end the traveling job, but I ended it thinking that by being home for a minute, I could get some things in order. And everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I had no intention of doing comedy. I wasn't going to be a comedian. I didn't want to be a comedian. I had 3 amazing men that were in my Uber when I was driving Uber back in 2019. They gave me $100 and told me to go do comedy, that I would be fantastic, that all I did is make them laugh. And so I always had that in the back of my mind. And not having work and being in the thick of COVID and living in a new apartment, I thought, well, why not? Let's just do it. My brother always wanted me to do comedy. Different people had told me that I would be funny. So one night I Googled open mic comedy near me, and the only place that was open was at 500 South Lake Street in Miller Beach, which otherwise is known as Gary. And I wrote out a little 5-minute skit that was the story of my life. And I went there, and the rest is history. Yeah, I got on stage. It was the weekend after Mother's Day. or the Wednesday after Mother's Day. The club had just had a Mother's Day party, and they had big helium balloons. Some of them deflated, some of them still stuck in the ceiling. And they had their red tablecloths and candles, and every bit set up like a party, only it was open mic. And I was not only the only girl there, I was the only white person there. And when I got there, the place was empty, and everybody was in the back. And I could hear all the commotion going on, so I walked back there and I was like, "Hey, are you guys a comedy club?" And they're like, "Yeah, who are you?" And I was like, "Well, I think I'm a comic. I'm gonna sign up." And what's your name? And I froze, and I used my funny Facebook name, Lucinda. I didn't use my birth name because I thought I'd never be back, and why would they have to know me? And simultaneously, I could tell what the craziness was. Who I later came to know as Chicken Rick, who I have never had better chicken than Chicken Rick. He makes amazing fried chicken, and he was our cook there for a minute in the comedy club. Anyway, Chicken Rick was on a smoke break and locked his keys in his own car and couldn't get into his car. And I helped him break into his car. I wedged the screwdriver in there, got a hanger, and pushed it through, had him pull it up, and he got in his car. And he said, "Whoever you are, you get chicken for free tonight." And I was like, "I'm Lucinda, nice to meet you." And that was my first experience at D's. And then I went on stage and I did my story, and I got laughs. That was the first night I met Sky Luke, first night I met Hiawatha, first night I met Daryl, first night for a lot of things. And I would say a month and a half after that, I had gone back every Wednesday. I didn't tell anyone. I kept it a secret. It was like my porn addiction. And my bartender saw a post on Facebook. I just finally let it out of the bag that I was doing comedy, and I put a picture up there but didn't say where. And my bartender searched every single comedy club in Cal City in Indiana until she found a picture that matched. And then she's like, "Oh man, you're in Gary." Like, for why? And I go, "I'm in Gary because the club I'm at is the safest place to kill, bomb, write, be creative, express yourself, and find a voice." And that is what Daryl PerForMance did for me. He gave me a place to find my voice and discover that me doing comedy is not a dare. It's not something that an Uber passenger has to give me $100 to do. I don't have to have a crisis to be funny. Doing comedy is using my voice, which is what I was born to do. And Daryl, you were the best part of my day. Thank you for calling me, and thank you for all the things that you've done, seen and unseen. I love you. And because of you, I get to go to every comedy club that will allow me to grace their stage and meet new inspirational creative friends that will weave me into an amazing life. Well, I already have an amazing life, but I'm about to speak life through laughter into tens, hundreds, and thousands of people. So I'm Lucinda, I love you. And Daryl, thank you for thinking of me and calling. I love you so much, my friend. Bye.